Thank you, Senator Klobuchar. Again, it is so nice to have friends that work so hard for us in Washington, D.C. The next gentleman, a veteran who serves in Congress for this district, first term congressman, who when called upon to assist a committee, I recall a certain walk down a certain hall in Washington, D.C. to make certain that he went and talked to his friends from the Oklahoma delegation.
We truly live in a blessed country. It is truly an honor and a privilege to represent the 8th District of Minnesota in the United States Congress, and to be there on this very, very special occasion is truly a memorable experience. When we came around the corner there, we saw the flags flying at the crane, and then we took a ride over and saw this beautiful statue. It was truly amazing, the dedication that has gone into this. I'd like to thank Tom Berrigan for everything that he has done, and getting the Iron Range Memorial Committee for all that they've done. And through much adversity, you have prevailed, and prevailed proudly. I'd like to congratulate and thank everyone who had a hand in establishing this magnificent memorial. It was truly stunning and fantastic piece of artwork. I'm told it took over 14 years and $1 million went into making this memorial a reality. That's a lot of time. It's a lot of money. But what's even more valuable is what this memorial represents. The memorial is actually priceless. There is no value that can be placed in the lives and the sacrifices that this memorial honors. It is inspiring that the local artist Gareth Andrews conceived the idea for this memorial, and I believe is just from Zim, just down the road. He set out in designing and crafting it, and culminating his work and stands before us as proof that the American spirit is quite alive and well here on the range. It has been through our nation's history. This awe-inspiring statue is appropriately standing in one of the most beautiful parts of the country, a region blessed with abundant natural and precious resources. Too few Americans are aware that the Iron Range was instrumental in fighting the major wars of the 20th century: World War I and II, Korea, Vietnam, the Persian Gulf, Afghanistan. For much of the past century, the lives of our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines relied on steel. That steel came from the ore that is mined from beneath our feet right now. And many successes of our country on the fields of battle, in the skies, on and under the ocean, can be directly traced to the grounds for which we now stand. That is why this memorial that we are dedicating today is so important and meaningful. This magnificent statue declares to every generation of Americans, and future generations as well, that the freedoms of this country enjoyed today were paid for by the lives and the sacrifices of the men and women before them. The support for our armed forces from communities like Virginia and the St. Louis County area continues the proud history that Minnesotans have shown in supporting our troops. Occasions such as these are great examples how communities show their appreciation and gratitude for those who continue to serve and sacrifice on our behalf. It tells them they will not be forgotten. Today, as our soldiers return home from Iraq and Afghanistan, they need our support. They were there for us. We need to be there for them. We especially need to be there for our wounded warriors. No one, except God, knows what the future will bring. But we do know that history has a tendency of repeating itself, especially for those who do not learn from it. What is certain is that our military will be called upon again to protect Americans, defend our allies, and defeat our enemies. There is great uncertainty in many regions of the world, including here. But I can tell you what is bright about our future. Thankfully, we have young men and women who are willing to wear the country's uniform and defend her against all enemies. As long as we have people willing to step up, those that are willing to put our country before self, we will be okay. As long as we have people who do what it takes to defeat our enemies, our country shall be secure. As long as we have people that this memorial honors, we will live in freedom and liberty. In closing, I'd just like to say, as a Navy vet, I understand and appreciate the great military sacrifice and the safety our future depends on this country. I have the deepest respect for what our men and women in uniform stand for and the sacrifices that they have made. They represent our country's finest. It is right that we recognize them, thank them, and honor them. To those who made this memorial possible, I thank you. The people of the 8th District thank you. Our nation thanks you for establishing this most appropriate and stunning tribute to our nation's forces and heroes. Thank you again for inviting me here today. It's truly an honor to stand with you. May God continue to bless Minnesota, our veterans, and this great nation. Thank you.